More than 800 people with one mission, promoting a healthy environment. We are the West Virginia Department of Environmental Protection.
Contamination from stormwater runoff is one of the leading causes of water pollution. It's especially a problem in cities where storm and sanitary sewers are combined into one system.
One way to address the problem is to control the amount of runoff through the use of green infrastructure, things like rain gardens that help absorb water. That's the idea behind a project at Marshall University that's taking rain gardens to a new height. The DEP's Mike Huff explains.
When we last visited campus a little over a year and a half ago, Marshall's Green Roof program was just getting started. On a small section of one of the roofs of the science building, this demonstration project, a proof of concept really, was just getting established. Fast forward 18 months and meet its big brother. Nearly 2,000 square feet of greenery topping the new, state-of-the-art Weisberg Family Applied Engineering Complex. But building a green roof is a little more involved than just adding plants.
The biggest problem with the green roof is you have to construct the building to hold it because it holds so much weight. I think it was projected about 60 pounds per square foot. So that's a lot of weight. Traditional buildings, no. Existing buildings, probably not. New buildings, we could construct them to hold that. Once you worry about the weight, then you have to worry about the cost of it. And it is costly, but the problem with being costly is it's new technology. So as you get the word out, as we educate people what a green roof is, that it is doable, then it's achievable, and it does help the environment, as it becomes wanted, more in demand, the price will come down for us.
Green roofs have many benefits. The plants shield the roofing material from UV light, extending its service life by as much as 3 times. It shades and reduces heat transfer to the building, and it provides a nice bit of outdoor space for the building's occupants. Dr. Chuck Somerville is Dean of the College of Science. He says the primary purpose of the green roof is stormwater control.
Because this roof, it's got a lot of sedum and succulent plants on it that will trap water as it rains, and we'll be able to capture a pretty good percentage. We don't know the amount yet. We'll be able to capture a good bit of the rain that falls on this roof, either hold it in the soil itself or in the plants, and then the plants will transpire it back up into the atmosphere. And so we hope to make a pretty significant impact on what rain falls on this roof and keeping a lot of that from going down into the storm drains.
But in addition to reducing the stormwater runoff, the green roof is an integral part of the building's design, the part that actually makes it a living laboratory.
You can see that several of these plots have drains inside the plots, and we've specifically surrounded those drains with different plant mixtures. So we have these drains plumbed into a lab downstairs in the building, that when this building opens and we take occupancy, we'll be able to measure the amount of rainfall that comes off each of these separate plots. And that'll tell us which mixtures of plants do a better job in terms of either trapping or transpiring the water back out.
Budget constraints meant only about half the space planned for the green roof installation ended up being used, but that's being turned into a positive.
Now, we'll be able to do experiments on the heat island effect, on what a green roof will actually be able to do, and then what a traditional roof, the heat output. So with that, we will be able to do the water quality analysis to see what type of water we're putting out, even though if it does discharge into the system. It just gives us more room to play around with. If we want to go with a different soil depth for the other half, we can do analysis on it. If we want to go less, if we want to do different plants, it gives us a little bit bigger play area for experimentation.
Once installed, green roofs are fairly low maintenance. Because the plants are drought tolerant, they only need about 1 inch of rain a month to stay green and healthy. In fact, about the only thing you have to do to a green roof is a problem gardeners on the ground are all too familiar with: pulling the occasional weed. In Huntington, I'm Mike Huff for Environment Matters.
West Virginia University is also in the green roof business. Brooks Hall features 4 green roof installations.
Trying to figure out the exact nature of a company's carbon footprint is no small task. With all the different variables involved, it's not uncommon for business owners, especially small business owners, to believe it's just too hard to adopt more sustainable practices. Clearing up that picture was the focus of a workshop recently in Charleston called Green Equals Green. I was among the speakers who focused on helping businesses in the tourism industry to become more sustainable in response to travelers' desires to reduce their environmental impact. The overriding message, going green can actually help a business's bottom line.
The biggest spending power right now, they've surpassed the baby boomers, is the millennials. And millennials, more than any other generation, again, are demanding sustainable practices. They will not stay in a place if they're not practicing green. When we recruit meetings and conventions, we have many groups, particularly younger groups that we're courting, that will not come to Charleston unless the convention center is recycling and practicing green.
We also rolled out a preview of the DEP's new I Travel Green West Virginia program. It's an online program that rates businesses in the travel and tourism industry based on a series of sustainability calculations. Participating businesses will be rated on a scale from 1 to 5 green leaves and can use their rating to help market the business. The program is expected to launch in July. Up next, it's spring cleaning time in the Mountain State as volunteers fan out to pick up trash from West Virginia's roadways, parks, and streets. It's called
West Virginia, Make It Shine!
Plus,
the kids love it because they're learning about the earth, they're learning how to take care of things and what they can do to make a difference.
Celebrating Earth Day. More than 300 grade school students get a hands-on lesson in environmentalism. We're back in a moment.